sauce.
I know you lost him to fucking chocolate sauce, dude. You know, fuck out that goddamn.
Shut up! It's
I
fucking
get in the
terrible.
zone.
No, I did that with Gary yesterday when I was eating a burger.
And what do? He's just like, damn, you eat the fuck out that burger.
No, he was proud of me. He's like, okay, I see you going in. He said I look like a rabbit. Because I don't chew with I wouldn't chew with my mouth open. I kept like making little kissy faces.
Yeah, but sometimes when you eat, I mean, ice cream is one thing, but like certain foods when you eat it, there's no way to like do a cute version of it. That's just the way it's gonna be. Solidus, what's up, man? How you doing? Let's just put the music down a little bit. I got that so fucking loud. My bad. I'm sorry. I use it to drown out my own voice so you guys don't have to hear it. But we got ice cream woman herself, fucking Roxy over here. You hear the thing though, because I know that like, let's say if we did the show like in person, whatever the fuck, and I actually was going down some like popcorn, or whatever, you be talking some shit, you be fucking with me. So you earned this, even though you haven't done it to me yet. You earned this. So fuck you.
Yeah, but you get it in your beard all the time. When
Not
have
all
I
the
ever
time.
gotten anything on me?
Not even all
Rarely.
the time. Not even all the time. No, I've had that happen once in the movie theater. Which, by the way, just saying, this says something for Sonic the Hedgehog movie people. Is that instead of watching the movie, her and Gandra and Alan are looking at me with popcorn in my beard. Why am I more entertaining than the fucking movie? Tell me that. Why am I more entertaining than the movie? I almost fucked that up.
I don't know. Why don't you ask the people that actually sit down and watch the chat attack?
Oh, hey, that's true.
Entertaining.
And there you go. I like that. You know, turn around. You know, it ended up being a nice, you know, happy, complimentary thing. I appreciate that. But what's up, everybody? I like how the font actually changed this time. I'm not ever saying any of those words, Gene. That is very, very scary, dude. One of these days, it's almost like a teleprompter, by the way. It's like when he says those things, one of these days I'm going to read it, and people are going to fucking record it. They're going to use it against me. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad, bad things for me. So much. But how are you doing, Roxy, aside from the whole ice cream thing? How is life treating you?
Ice cream good. No, I have actually been pretty busy with a little project I have in the works. It's going to be coming to fruition pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited about that. I ran into some former coworkers of mine, and shit's going down.
Yeah, imagine so over there in Kenosha, all this burning things down, all that shit's going on. Lots of negative stuff happening right now. To put this out here, by the way, too, guys, because I'm going to go right into reviews and everything, but I just want to say one thing. For us not talking about this whole Chadwick Boseman thing, it's not out of disrespect or anything. It's literally out of, on my part at least, ignorance. I have never really followed Chadwick Boseman aside from Black Panther. One thing I don't really like is when people touch on this guy and it goes to the exact same kind of conversation pieces of who's going to replace him as Black Panther, or, man, he meant so much to people, fans of Black Panther. And I think that this dude has a lot more to offer than just the Marvel comic book cinematic universe shit. So, just so you guys know, I know it's a big negative thing. We actually celebrated, you know, Chadwick Boseman by watching Black Panther last night in the after hours, which was so much fun. Thank you to Ryan, Chris, all you guys who joined us last night. But, I mean, do you have anything to say about him? Because I don't know if you're very familiar with his career or anything, Roxy.
I actually was.
You were? Wow, I didn't know. Because we don't really talk too much outside of the shows. But, yeah, what was your familiarity with him? Fuck that word up, bro. Jesus. That was bad.
Whatever you said. But I will say this, him being in Black Panther definitely was a big step, not just for the Marvel Universe, but the biggest thing for me was being in Juvenile Crisis, seeing little black boys and little black girls like say that they were characters from the movie and they like memorize the lines. They're like, finally, I have someone to look up to. I wholeheartedly appreciate it. Mm-hmm. And I love that there's the fact that a little kid can look up at someone that finally actually looks like them is absolutely huge and will last for generations to come. But I don't think he should just be limited to the Marvel movies. He's done a lot of other good works. And up until, what was the last one that he did? Defy Bloods?
Defy Bloods, which he was great at too. I mean, he was barely in there, I think, for obvious reasons. But at the same time, I do think that Defy Bloods is one of my favorite things he's done.
Absolutely. I think that he's definitely left an impression on everybody, and he's left a legacy, and I think it should be respected. I'm not saying you should, like, I don't know. If I can be honest, I've been a little bit irritated with how some people are taking his death and trying to twist it and turn it to fit a political narrative.
Oh yeah, I've
That's
seen it.
the only negative thing I've seen thus far. But in terms of that, he's definitely left an impression and a legacy for us to follow and for generations to come. So it really does hit pretty hard.
Yeah, man. Once again, though, rest in peace. And I'm not saying this. I mean, sometimes people die, and I feel like I'm obligated to say something. I don't feel too much obligation here because it's just some of those things that we all kind of relate to. Like this is actually is a very very horrible situation. I mean, like when I didn't even read about this. Jed actually had me on the phone and she's like, "Did you see the news? Whatever." And it was like, "Fuck!" Like this hit me like a fucking freight train, dude. So like I said, this is not one of those obligatory, hey, someone died, so let's talk about it thing. It's just like there's a reason why we're not going more in depth with it, and but I just know I do know the shit that he's done, and the guy's fucking awesome, and I think he was a good actor, and I wish he would have done more stuff that wasn't just comic book based, etc., etc. So, yeah, man, Jared Boseman, rest in peace, all that good stuff. Yeah, man, I don't know. It's so hard to get off one of those subjects, so it's just fucking, it's crazy. Because a lot of the other things happened too. Apparently, there was the twin from Linda Hamilton's twin. She
Yep,
was
I
in
saw
some.
that.
Yeah, she passed away too, man. And it's like fuck, like those two big things happened. NBA player died too. I forgot his name, man, but someone else passed away. It's like 3 deaths in 2 days, and important deaths too, man. It's fucked up. It really really is fucked up. Tommy, hey, happy birthday, by the way, Tommy. Happy birthday. I know she's never going to watch this, but Rose, you guys had a shared a birthday in the weekend, so that's pretty cool. I don't know if you guys were able to watch Bingo by any chance, Tommy Williams, but, if you guys weren't able to watch it last 90 After Hours, we'll definitely try that again next week, and I'll download it, or I'll even rent it on Amazon Prime, dude, because
It was Coach Robinson, the NBA player.
Coach Robin, you said Coach Robinson?
No, Cliff
Cliff
Robinson.
Robinson.
And I got ice cream on my leg.
Yeah, man. Clifford Robertson over here. Yeah. So I don't know much about this either. I don't know if he's as popular as some other basketball players. But let me see. I think he says, yeah. Cliff Robertson released a statement to the Athletic NBA at Stadium announcing he passed away due to year-long battle with lymphoma. God damn, I don't know how to say things, man. Jesus. I'm so sorry, guys. Do you know what that says? Can you pronounce that correctly so I'm not so fucking rude to this guy's death here?
It's kind of blurry on my screen, but I'm trying to look it up real
Lymphoma.
quick.
I think it is. Is that a thing? Does that sound like a real thing? Because I don't know. I could be mispronouncing
Um, I'd rather feel comfortable looking this up. So, because on my screen, I'm trying to look at the screen that we're sharing, and for some reason, my shit looks mad blurry.
Yeah. But yeah, it's a lymphoma. It's a cancer of a lymphatic system, which is part of the body's fighting network, as I'm seeing over here on Google Images. So this is a thing, and I think I did say it right. I
Yep,
didn't mean to put the
you
S at the
did.
very end. But yeah, man, it just sucks that that's going on too. Lots of cancerous things. Like they're kind of like leading to deaths, whatever. And granted, like everyone's talking about corona and the flu and all this stuff. But yeah, man, it's just like I said, just take care of people and make sure to treat every day like it's your last fucking day. People, it's like way too many people are arguing online, people blocking each other of political values and views and everything, and it's like, dude, this is not the fucking time to misprioritize situations when you should be just kind of sharing not only just love but care with each other. Roxy just left, so I think she went to cry. Oh, she's back. Okay, I was talking shit about you. Uh,
I'm gonna go cry or some shit. No, I just left, and my screen is still kind of blurry, but it's
yeah.
less blurry.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's gonna be blurred no matter what. Google Hangouts is one of those fucking things that's just so frustrating, so annoying. But here's the thing, though. We're gonna get into reviews now. One of the things, and by the way, I feel sorry for you because, let me see over here. Oh, thank you for following D at Bridges. Really appreciate it, man. Here's the thing, though. I am gonna be doing lots of talking because I think I'm the only one who watched these two movies today. I watched The War with Grandpa with Robert De Niro, and I also watched the good old New Mutants. That's not the name of the fucking thing. It's just New Mutants. Were you?
Oh,
Yeah. So, do you know anything about some of the stuff that's happening with New Mutants? Because there was a lot of talk about it before the movie even came out, and people were pissed off about some disrespect, some hardcore disrespect with the movie.
I know it got delayed a fuck ton of times.
Oh yeah, that was a big fucking thing. Um, what you call it? Yeah, like here's the thing, because the original trailer came out in what 2017, I believe.
Right around that time, yeah.
Yeah, which was fucking crazy. I'm surprised that it took so long for this. I mean, even though it was 2018, still it's a very long time. It did not come out VOD, by the way. It's actually in movie theaters, believe it or not. But yeah, man, I mean, I wasn't really like entirely hyped for this because I don't know the source material. I don't read a lot of comic books, and I think that even if I did, New Mutants is something that's not really as popular as lots of other, canons and whatnot are out there. You though, Roxy, do you know what the New Mutants are? Familiar with them at all?
Vaguely.
Vaguely.
I I know that they're mutants and they're new. But no.
Yeah, dude. Like, I mean, here's the thing about this. Thank you for the subscription, DA Bridges. Really appreciate it, man. Every single one of those subscriptions means so much to us. And speaking of that, I want to give an update later on this week about what we're gonna do with some of these subscriptions. So thank you so much.
Jesus.
Oh yes. I'm looking at this though, man, and I feel like a big part of the reason why I wasn't too hyped about this is because we have so much X-Men shit. Last year, a big movie that came out was Dark Phoenix, and they really dropped the fucking ball with that one. I actually would argue with Jet and lots of other people about the quality of that movie. I actually did have fun somewhat with it. Lots of other people did not, though, man. So for me, though, I'm thinking like, all right, this movie's coming out. It's the Corona times. Maybe we should kind of get some of our expectations lowered just a tiny bit. But this movie seemed to fucking do something that was still so bad. So to begin, I know absolutely nothing about this stuff, like I said before, but I am coming to this very, very clean with no expectations other than the marketing for the movie itself. Recently, there was this video that came out. It was not a trailer, but it was like a preview of the movie, and it had this thing about like, this girl running in the snow. You hear all this crazy shit. It sounds like explosions. Something happens to her dad, and she's crying. She's freaking the fuck out. And right away, I'm like, dude, I am ready. I'm ready to do this shit. Oh, thank you for following on the Facebook too, Dave Bridges. I think that's the same dude from Twitch. So thank you. I really appreciate that, man. But the thing is, though, is like when I was watching this trailer, which I'll actually show this really quick too. And this is not the one that I'm talking about, but I mean, there was a trailer that was very, very like high octane energy. And I feel like when that trailer happened, I was like, oh, dude, I'm ready to watch this. When you get into this movie, that's the first fucking 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes. That's so frustrating because, when you see something like that, like a preview, you want to know the build-up, right? You want to be so excited to see what's going to happen later on in the movie. And when they kind of like get that out of the way so quickly, you kind of are left with like nothing to be excited about. And that really, really bothered me, man. Let me see. I think something's messed up on my end over here. Rox, are you still there, by the way?
Of course, you get me right when I get like a big old chunk of ice cream in
You
my
still on
mouth.
that fucking ice cream?
It's a big ass waffle cone. I can't finish it in just 2 seconds, but I'm giving it the suck.
Giving it the suck?
Well, yeah, because the bottom of the waffle cone's getting wet and it's getting on my thigh.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Then again, you're probably making it sound really good for people, maybe very appetizing. I don't know. But
It's chocolate with Reese's peanut butter cups in it.
anyways, guys, I'm looking at this though. Yeah, man, the fact that all that crazy shit that I was actually hyped about is pretty much gone. And then you got this character, Dr. Reyes, I think her name is, telling our main character empty plot dialogue of something horrible happened, and you survived for a reason, and you're uncommon. It's like, we typically know these things are going to get revealed later on in the movies anyways, but you haven't earned my curiosity because you're just holding back information so he has something to build towards later on because you already gave away this huge fucking action scene that we were enjoying before. You know what I mean? And I think that's an issue that I have with certain movies, especially comic book movies, where you want to start the movie good and nice and fucking intense. Oh, thank you for them cheers, by the way. He says, broke, New Mutants, woke, Bill and Ted, Bespoke, Phineas and Ferb, Candace Against the Universe. I didn't know that was actually coming out so soon. But I don't know. Austin saying Nick hates comic book movies, what a shocker. I do sometimes. I do, but like I was really like I didn't have expectations obviously when this started, as far as the marketing goes. But those last trailers were actually pretty cool. You know what I mean? Like, there's some kind of movies I actually liked. I like Black Panther. I like Infinity War. I like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies. But this just wasn't it, dude. And, I'm looking at this, too, and it's like when we finally get to see the other characters, not to say they're bad or stereotypical or anything, because we don't actually know much, but it does remind me of Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. Because in a movie, all these characters are actually in a room, and I wish I would have screenshotted this. But they're in a room, and they're all just doing the most basic fucking like one guy's making a joke, one girl's very sad, the other girl's being a bitch, and they never progress beyond those particular character traits. They stick to their social foundation of this is the kind of person I am. Not that it's too stereotypical, but it's just like this is the person I am, and I'm not gonna grow past this until the very very end of the movie. And it fucking you feel it. You feel it for the entire hour and a half, and it's only an hour and a half long movie, so you would imagine that it's probably not going to be as torturous as something like a 2 hour movie or whatever. But man, dude, I mean, there's just issues here. Really quick, Darkslayer says watching DT's review, it seemed like a shoehorned love story when it could have been a horror movie. Yeah, dude. I mean, the biggest thing about this, as far as like why it should have been a horror movie, is that if it was a horror movie, they would have had more, I guess, lenience to make this rated R. And if you guys know in the chat, man, make sure to let me know in the chat. Type it in here. But why wasn't this rated R? Was it like a marketing thing? Maybe it wasn't going to be able to be available for VOD in certain places because of that. Like, why was this not rated R? Because lots of the movie, I mean, there's even a scene where this girl over here, Danielle, let me move this back a little bit. She's our main character here, and we don't know her mutant power, until later on. It is revealed, and it's questionable. But we get to spend a lot of time with her, and there's a scene with her and one of the characters that's kind of an antagonist to her, and when antagonizing, they're cussing at each other. But when they cuss, it's like, bitch, what you gonna do? Oh, really, bitch? Bitch, bitch, bitch. It's like, oh, thank you very much. Thank you for that follow, Heavy Metal Thug. I'm actually kind of curious about your personality, dude. Like, heavy metal and thug. It's like, I don't know. It's a weird combination of traits there, but I like the name. But as far as this goes, man, like, there's a scene where they cuss at each other, and it sounds so fucking kindergarten. I mean, like, oh, we can do, bitch. Bitch, don't you touch me. I'm going to knock you out, bitch. And they're fighting. And there's, like, scenes of horror, some of these characters are having nightmares, and it's always so, like, silly. If this was done right, I gotta tell you, man, this could have been a very effective horror movie to the point of, like, I mean, there's, like, some body horror shit on here. It would have been really, really cool, but I think that rated R thing just really kind of limits the movie as far as, like, not being rated R. DT Darkslayer saying they probably wanted to get a wide audience, making it R would have limited it, which Deadpool proves it's not a valid excuse. Thank you. Yeah, because you can see, like, what happened with Logan and lots of other movies, and I really do think that, they should have went with it rated R. M. Hundama saying, are they Jesse Pinkman? Yeah, basically, right? Like Aaron Paul, just like, what's up, bitch, 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 bitch. And by the way, bitch barely counts as a fucking insult anymore, right? Like, we got Comedy Central all throughout the second half of the day just cussing, saying, dropping F-bombs and everything. It's like, yeah, dude, I don't really, like, Roxanne, get your opinion on that. Hopefully you're not still in ice cream. But what are your thoughts on, like, the growing acceptance of cussing? Because that's definitely happening on TV. Unless, I mean, I don't know if you know about that.
Stop! It's because it's leaking so bad. But
why would you fucking do that at the last minute? You just got fucking ice cream all over your hand and shit like a little kid. Fucking all sticky and everything.
It keeps leaking on my thigh and I can't help it. So, in terms of cussing, yeah. I think we've gotten numb to it as a society because it's just, bitch isn't really a cuss word if you really think about it. Like, I know in technical terms it's a cuss word, but in terms of how often it's peppered and thrown in around, it's basically like another and.
Yeah.
It's just something to fucking throw in there. It's not going to spice up anything. It's just to throw in there. Like when people go, so, but, bitch.
That was perfect. So, but, bitch.
We're getting, like, desensitized to it. At least that's how I feel personally. It doesn't have that same zest, that same sting. If you want to cut a bitch with it, you can't cut a bitch by calling her bitch.
Exactly. Yeah, it's never gonna work. Nowadays. Even fucking wrestling and shit like that too. Like, they don't use those words anymore because it's just not effective. It's like saying punk. Like, if you call someone a punk, that's almost like a fucking compliment at this point. What's up, punk? Fucking douche. So it is what it is. But I think the main thing I gotta get to here, man, is these characters.
Bad?
Oh yes, because, like, I mean, the only character that we actually see development from is Danny or Danielle. And at times, just by association, we see development with the bitchy mutant, which is the girl, the blonde-haired girl. And that's what I'm going to call her, by the way. I don't remember her name, okay? She's bitchy mutant from here on out. But, yeah, man, we already knew what was going to turn into as far as, like, what the blonde girl is going to do and what Danny is going to do. But back in the first scene, when we see all these people, like, in a circle, whatever, they never build upon that. And I just think that, like, yeah, dude, this is the only thing that's gonna work for the movie because it's kind of like a coming of age story and coming of superpower story. So you do gotta have a situation where, like, okay, special effects are gonna be what they are. If this is not your thing, obviously lots of other things are going to kind of fall by the wayside. But the one thing that you can always count on, as far as writing goes, is are these people going to feel close? They're going to have chemistry. Is it going to be entertaining from, from their characters' standpoint? And they just aren't because there's not enough time in the movie. It's only an hour and a half long, guys. So in order to get the point across with Danielle's character, by the way, Danielle Gormley. So I share a name with the character, it seems. Yes, you do. By the way, just for my lack of being able to pronounce correctly, I'm just calling her Danielle, but they call her Dani or Danny. I can't tell. So yeah, I can't remember that shit. I will say though that special effects wise, that's shitty too. Special effects, I will say that the acting and the story lessens special effects that are already pretty not special. Because we've seen movies recently, like Project Power, that was a low budget kind of movie, even though it was on Netflix. We saw Bloodshot earlier this year, and there are things that were cool that, I mean, there was things that were cool, but there's shit that was really not cool, and still this movie seems to be less than both Project Power and Bloodshot. I will say there's no excuse for that, but the thing that makes it even worse is the fact that some of these characters, when they react to the special effects, they don't look like they're surprised. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people will be like, whoa, he combusted into an orb and then he flew all over the place. And I'm kind of like, yeah, you should be more shocked that this is happening because these characters are all new to the situation, especially Danielle. She's completely new to this world of superpowers and mutants. So it's just kind of weird, like, man, you see someone combust into an orb or you see somebody turn into fire and you don't react like you just saw that. It's like, well, now the effect doesn't look cool, not just subjectively, but objectively. Because you're not reacting to it. You got to react to things like this because it's all fantastical. And if you don't react to fantastical shit happening on screen, then like, what does it all mean in the at the end of the day? But does that ever get on your nerves, Roxy? As far as people not reacting correctly, like, what are some moments in movies that you feel like people fucked up the special effects by not acting how they should have if it was real?
Fuck.
Because there has to be a lot. There has to be a ton.
Okay, I'm not really thinking of certain shit. I got ice cream on myself again. Okay, so what was the question? Just in terms of like
what are some moments in movies that you feel like the special effects were probably cool, but like people's reactions lessened the effect of the special effect?
a lot of horror movies have that effect.
Yeah, like I'll put one thing out there. I think that like the later Nightmare on Elm Street movies, when they see some crazy shit happening, they're not reacting because the movie is supposed to have like a tone of being lighthearted and kind of funny. So when some cool shit's actually happening, no one's asking the right questions or having the right reaction. I feel the same thing with Jurassic Park stuff. Like The Lost World, Vince Vaughn's character and lots of other people do not react to the dinosaurs the way they should. And it completely makes the movie look worse than it actually is because you're seeing already bad CGI and now people are reacting to it like, oh yeah, that's just some CGI, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean?
I agree with Tommy's example. Jaws 3D, fucking terrible.
Yes, so terrible. There are some moments that are pretty cool about that. Ryan's saying she's also the girl from the Twitch star of Emma. Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about this. My bad. But yeah, man, horror movies do that. Transformers does that a lot. When was the last time you saw Transformers, by the way, Rox?
Shit. What year are we? 2020?
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe like...
Did you have to think about the fucking year? Where are we? What year are we in?
Because I'm trying to count back. I'm using my fingers, damn it. My sticky ass fucking fingers.
I'm gonna make fun of you because it's like some people say, which day it is? It's been a long week. And some people say it's been a long year. What fucking year am I in?
Okay, look, I'm lost in the ice cream.
You got brain freeze.
Pretty much. But about like 6 or 7 years, I want to say. I saw it at my cousin's house when we were all hanging out back when we used to actually talk. So that's how long it's been.
Okay. I see ya. But yeah, man, I mean, there's a part in this movie too, like, there's this character named Sam, and that's the guy that I'm talking about who combusts and travels as basically an orb all over the place. And it did look silly, but it's hard to protect such a wacky effect, so, like I said, I'll go easy on it, but then it comes down to the reactions from people. Terrible acting, nonchalantness from people. Even if someone makes a joke like, whoa, that was crazy, it's like, yeah, don't, it's not supposed to be like a, oh, you're a crazy situation. It's like, holy fuck, I can't believe, physics just kind of like changed the fucking rules on me right in front of my face. So those things are kind of weird. But at the end of the day, just to wrap this all up, man, because I'm not going to go into a big review of this or whatever. I just think that, yeah, man, the movie's cheesy. It comes across as something that shows rated R basically being mandatory for something like this, for something like this to become digestible for people that are not already into the New Mutants, because that's a big thing about succeeding in this world of Corona. You're not going to get a shit ton of nerds going into the movie theater and buying something like this unless they're already into it. There's people like me that would love to see a pretty cool horror movie with some mutant effects, but if they're gonna look like shit, then no, not going to happen.
So what you're saying is Corona was scarier than this movie?
Yes, yes. Going to the movie theater is scarier than this fucking movie, because there's things about this movie. I mean, they have nightmares and stuff. There's a whole bunch of other things to do, especially in the third act of the movie, and it's very much like, man, this is rated R. This would have been very, very effective, and it just never passes through that. But yeah, man, like I said, the cheesy stuff. I mean, there's accents from Sam and bitch face mutant girl that I can't remember, the blonde haired girl, and their accents go in and out of being like, almost stereotypical, then just non-existent. Like Sam has this redneck thing, like, oh man, I can't believe the birth to be.
So kind of like Shia LaBeouf in that one.
Yeah, tax
What was the
collector.
name of the movie? In The Tax Collector.
Yeah, yeah, like
Yikes.
exactly like that. Not as offensive because of the fact that you look at fucking tax collector and he's like, "Hey, what's up, Hans? Everybody looks like this, Vato." Something like that. But I mean, when you have numerous characters do that, then it becomes just as silly, you know. But yeah, even with the accents, that's just bad. There's a truth or dare scene that horribly humanizes a character that was previously a douchebag, and the thing that makes him humanized is the good old like, you don't fuck as many girls as you say you do, which is a really annoying trope that I hate. And my God, dude, I won't spoil the movie by saying who this pertains to, but man, they got this suicidal thing going on. Like, dude, movie, just to let you know something, okay? I know it's too late because you're already out, but being suicidal stopped being a personality trait back in the fucking 2000s where Linkin Park, Korn, and Seether were doing videos about that kind of shit. All right? It's
Tumblr
not true.
revived it.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's just weird. It's like, I understand people go through shit, but have you noticed that, like, in the last fucking, like, 15 years, cutting and being suicidal, it's like a thing that everybody fucking has? It's like, I'm not saying I don't treat suicide seriously, but I gotta tell you, 95% of all the people I know, like ever, have tried to commit suicide. Like,
I,
yeah.
myself included.
Like, not to go into wrestling and everything too. Hopefully, you, Mike, you're there, so this pertains to you somewhat, whatever. But like, there's this wrestler named Braun Strowman, huge fucking big muscle bound dude, right? Can destroy people, can rip your fucking head off. And yet, in this documentary, one of the things they have in the trailer to the documentary is, well, I told Vince McMahon that I wanted to kill myself. Why would you, an athlete with a ton of money, you're fucking huge, girls would love to fuck you, and you wanted to kill yourself? You can't just say that and then just get sympathy. Like, I mean, do you even have a reason to? Or you just wanted to, like, steal that from people who actually do deal with that shit? It's just, I don't know. This movie does that a lot because most of the characters are all sad. If you watch the trailer, every character looks upset. And I'm not saying I want someone to be fucking happy and smiley while they're throwing magic shit at demons or whatever, but like, goddamn, like, I don't know. Austin Nick, Nick, can you really judge? I can't, honestly, because I've said and done some shit back in my day too, but Jesus Christ, dude, it's like every fucking character.
I can say this from someone that has worked in the medical field and works in like the human services field in mental health facilities and stuff like that. Most often than not, if people are using suicide or suicidal intentions or plan on hurting themselves but can't quite carry through to go through with the act itself, there's more problems connected to that.
Yeah. No, I
So it's
definitely
a
agree.
symptom of something bigger.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, people, I just got an update with Christopher Herman just messaged me. He's saying they're running. He said, not says. They says this. He fucking says they're running late. Going to be starting at 6:30 CST. So that's going to be in 8 minutes. So we'll be able to get out here. Lurkio crawling in my skin. That's actually a pretty good Linkin Park song, though. Although, man, Chester Bennington likes to scream like a motherfucker, though. That's a little too annoying sometimes. But anyways, man, as I was saying about this fucking movie, by the way, the suicide thing, that's not the only thing I have an issue with, too. As far as corniness, cheesiness goes, they even use gayness being a trait. Like, dude, that's not a trait, someone being gay. Like, if we're going to normalize homosexuality, you can't just bring more to a romantic relationship than just, you're here, I'm here, let's make out, we're the same sex, blah, blah, blah. There's even a scene here where the gay character, I'm not going to say who it is, but the gay character is watching, like, gayness on a screen, like on a TV. and they're just sitting there just watching it. And I'm like, I'm not saying that I'm against gay characters or whatever, but like, you could tell more of a story about that. Like, let's explore the gayness. Like, let's get more gay with it. But yeah, the character just looks at people making out, like no context, just okay, girl and girl, mwah, the whole fucking thing. And then like someone else is talking about some serious shit about like, hey man, like we gotta get out of here, we gotta do this, we gotta do that. Very very important, very physically dangerous stuff. And then in the fucking background, that person's still watching a replay of the clip of two people making out. It's like, dude, like, and no, they're not flamboyant at all. They don't act like gay people. It's actually kind of a surprise when the gayness comes in, but it's like they kind of foreshadow it in ways where I'm like, gay people just don't watch gay shit. Like a gay person can be into anything they want, and then still be gay. They don't have to be like, man, I'm so gay, I gotta watch gay shit. Like that's not a thing. And I feel like the movie's attempt to put these gay characters in here, which is cool. I think that it's an issue because they are still making homosexuality to be like, I don't know, like different. Like gay people have different interests than straight people. That's not the case, dude. Like we're all the fucking same, except at the end of the day, some person likes to, like the opposite gender sex, and the other person doesn't.
Oh, I know what you mean. Kind of like fake diversity, where
Yeah.
let's get one of every color. Let's get a black in there. Let's get a brown in there. Let's get like a light tan in there, and let's get a white. Let's
Mm-hmm.
go, boys. Diversity.
Yeah, yeah. Like I mean, I don't know if you've seen these, but there's these new commercials out there for furniture places and rent a center type things, whatever, and they have gay characters now. But the thing is, like, the only thing gay about them is that they're a couple. They don't do gay shit. They're just
Mm.
like Sarah and Susan. They walk up and it's like, mwah, blah, 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 and that's it. It's not like it's not.
You said moi. La, la, la.
But like they're just, I mean, it's wholesome. It's like they're just gay. It's not a big deal. But then this movie, let's pretend that this movie was a commercial. It'd be like a guy walks in, he's wearing pink. Hey, and then the other guy goes, "Oh my god, that looks so cute," and then they kiss. Like that's the equivalency if this was like a commercial. You know what I mean? Like I've seen commercials do it better than this movie, and that's annoying because this movie had fucking 3 years to get this shit down packed. This movie had 3 years. So it's just kind of strange that, they kind of have this thing going on where, like, hey, we don't got no personality traits. Make them gay and make them watch gay shit so we can,
Have
like,
him stand in the corner and say a catchphrase like "I'm gay, dog," and then
yeah.
just leave it at that.
Yeah, it's fucking silly, man.
Like, there's more to it than just "I'm gay, dog." Like, you
Yeah.
don't have to announce that you're gay every couple seconds. Or I don't know if you noticed, but in certain movies, they tend to like really hammer it in, like how you mentioned, like say it's like a dude in like a pink shirt, really like well manicured, well taken care of. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is what people think of when it comes to the gay. There's more to the gay than just what you're showing me. Like this is just surface shit.
Yeah.
This is just stereotype shit. Where's the real shit? I want the real gay.
Yeah. No, seriously, I'm not even saying that in a sense like I want to see like sexual gay, like, get all deep in there. I mean, like, just let them be normal, man. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure all of us have met a gay person. Like,
I
they're
know
not
what
all
you mean.
crazy. Yeah, they're
You
cool.
don't have to necessarily see booty butt cheeks, but like just let them be like a couple. Then
Yeah.
you're good.
Also, I mean, I just want to see a gay dude eat some cereal and then watch a football game. You
I
know,
thought you were gonna say eat ass. I'm
that
sorry.
too. Just, I'm not gay at all. So I can get right in there. But here's the thing, though, guys. Another thing I don't like about this too. This, as far as the whole topic of being corny and being cheesy, just because young kids get together in a coming of age and superpowers fucking story doesn't mean you have to do a montage. They got a montage in here with all these fucking white kids doing really horrible dancing. And by the way, we're gonna keep doing this with these fucking movies, especially this year, because the rental did it and another movie, I forgot what it was, but another movie did it too. But man, white people do not know how to dance, man, and it's rough when you see these in fucking montages. It's horrible to see. So yeah, I do wish they kind of would stop doing that, and also too, like, a montage in a movie where it could have been a horror movie, it just doesn't make sense. Why would you have a montage and something that's supposed to be taken so seriously? It's off-putting. At the end of the day, though, like I said, guys, this could have been really really cool. I think the biggest bad thing I can say about it is that it wasn't rated R. But yeah, if you're into the New Mutant story, because one thing that I will say about this too is like it won me over as far as wanting to read the source material. Like there's some interesting shit here that they did not touch on, and I'm like, you know what? This movie might suck, but the story's good, And you know what, guys? Like, I don't know if you guys in the chat are into this, but I want to see the rest of this universe. And I'm not saying I want to see a sequel or a TV show because clearly they fucked that up looking at this fucking movie. But man, dude, that comic book must be really badass, and it's a shame that they did what they did with this movie. There's some things going on with this too. Apparently, like they credited one of the co-creators at the end of the movie, and yeah, man, they actually oh, they said the voice has echo. Oh, seriously, I didn't know I had echo. Well, shit. Hopefully, it kind of goes away, man. But thank you for telling me, though, Harrison. Really appreciate that. But yeah, man, as I'm looking at this, though, I think that the story, the source material, could have been really, really cool. And I mean, it sold me on that, so I have to give this a 3 out of 5. I think that this is definitely a stream it. If this comes on VOD sometime soon, or if this gets put on Amazon Prime or whatever, definitely watch this. Definitely not worth going to a fucking movie theater for, but it could be cool. So that's pretty much what I give this. And Roxy, I'm gonna tell you, man, I think you might actually kind of like this.
Whoa, average! Yeah,
yeah, average is better than shitty. I'm telling you.
True.
It is.
I don't know. I wasn't really interested in it to begin with. I mean, it had my interest for a while, but then it lost me after the constant like pushing back.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Maybe I will check it out later.
Yeah, man. But that's new news for you guys. Now, before we continue on, I might review this. I might not because I think Corey's about to start in 1 minute. But here's the thing, guys. I'm a big fan of Robert De Niro. I'm gonna ask you really quick before we get into this, Roxy. Are you a fan of De Niro?
I mean, I've seen him growing up. I enjoy his stuff. Like, if
'Cause
you call that being a fan, then I guess so.
I mean, do you have Robert De Niro panties? Like, you got Robert De Niro posters in your room? Oh, I love him and that fucking mole.
I can't. No, no. That's too damn much.
Looking at you disappointed and shit. Like, hey, why aren't you a fucking diehard fan of me?
Oh, Harrison said there's still an echo.
Oh, there is. I don't know what's going on with that, man. Do you hear an echo from me?
I do not.
I don't know. Maybe it's just I got some reverb. I don't know if it's echo or reverb because my room, I actually moved some stuff from my room, so now I feel like I'm like on a fucking stage with no crowd, which would fit the whole idea of Corona way better anyway. So I don't know. But sorry, dude. If anybody else, okay, yeah, Lurk Hero says he does not hear an echo, so that's cool. But yeah, so do you feel like some of these guys, old mobster movie dudes, are kind of overhyped? Or overrated, at least?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Like I understand the acclamations. I understand the hard work, the dedication, the craft that comes to it. But there's a lot of people that tend to oversell it. So I understand the hype. I understand, being excited. But to say that this person can do no wrong in your eyes, nah. You need to chill on that.
Even guys
but
like,
I'll give him his credit.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say like even guys like this fucking dude, Martin Scorsese, which I love him and everything, but like I think even sometimes him can be a little overhyped, just a tiny bit.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that part. Martin Scorsese definitely he is one of the greats. There's a lot of good things that he's done in the past, but there are certain things that you just know it's just his trademarks, and it's like, okay, well, I'd like to see you go a little bit past that. I wholeheartedly appreciate everything that you've done in terms to get to the point where you are so far, but maybe try to throw in like a little curveball or try to do something a little bit more experimental or just something a little bit out of your wheelhouse just to try something new and kind of freshen it up a bit. But he is
bullshit.
He's a good dude, so I'll say that.
That is true, and and he's gotten so much shit over the Marvel comments. Like someone in the chat said, like, "Is it cinema, Nick?" It's like, I don't know. This movie I consider somewhat cinema, but I think that one of the biggest things about Robert De Niro that I appreciate about him as a person is that he's not so full of his own hype that he doesn't allow himself to do something a little bit more like small or just kind of grounded. Like Meet the Parents, dude. I love Meet the Parents. I didn't watch Little Fuckers. I watched some of it and it really kind of pissed me off because it has lots of shit that's just terrible about it, especially the acting, lots of the really weird like audible chimes that go on throughout the movie. Like this song makes this funny. Like hijinks ensues with the Meet the Fuckers, right? The second movie, Meet the Fuckers, right in the middle over there, I thought that was okay. I think that Dustin Hoffman brought a lot to that. But Robert De Niro, man, like just all three of these movies, he's able to kind of bring the material up because he's taking this seriously as this asshole old man, this father to a girl who's dating some fucking loser, Because Ben Stiller basically plays a loser. Oh, and by the way, Corey's calling me. Why don't you talk to the crowd while I answer this and see what Mr. Coleman wants? I'll be right back, Roxy.
Well, shit, here we are. Just as a heads up, I did finish my ice cream. It was a very messy finish. It was all over the goddamn place. Oh, Austin, Nick, I got it from a local place in town called Scoops. I
Scoops?
got a chocolate with peanut butter cup in it, and it was inside a waffle cone. And the bottom of the waffle cone started to give out, so it would just spread all over my thighs, and I don't want that. So I had to fucking finish that thing as fast as I could.
That's a section on Pornhub, by the way. Just ice cream on, ice cream on my thighs.
No,
Um,
like it sounds a certain way when you describe it, but in reality, I don't think it's that attractive. Because Nick, you saw that fucking face I made when I was eating the ice cream. You were like, "Bitch, you lost in the sauce, you fat fuck."
I did not say all of that. I'm a very respectful man. All I said
Ah,
was,
bullshit.
all I said was, damn bitch.
You said this is what your ass get for making fun of me in Vegas.
Dude, I can't get over that. I made fun of popcorn in my fucking beard. That's where I hide all my extras. Like, what the fuck? But anyways, Corey says he's gonna start in literally 1 minute. Kirk saying, "What the fuck is spreading? It's ice cream. Don't worry, it's nothing worse than that." 94 VT, thank you for following on Twitch. Really appreciate it. Rox is gonna share some ice cream with you. But the thing is, though,
I mean, just grab a cup because it's kind of messy.
I will say I'm sorry, Roxy, if you start becoming the ice cream woman. Moving on, I'm just saying, like.
I mean, it's not the worst title to get, so I'll take it.
Every time you come to the call, just play the Ice Cream Man song from the band. Like, doo, 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 doo. Wait, is that Jeopardy? What the fuck? I don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, but close enough. Anyway,
But anyways, no, yeah. So the thing about fucking Mr. Fokker over here, no, good old Robert De Niro, is that he brings material because he's one of these guys that he doesn't act outside of his comfort zone, and like fucking what? It was like a few years ago. He did this thing with Zac Efron. It was called Dirty Grandpa, and it's him being an old guy who's just trying to fuck. Just the whole movie, just fucking all over the place, right? And it was weird because he's acting not like himself. Like, can you imagine Robert De Niro just kind of like, oh man, I gotta get my dick sucked. Oh, look at that girl. She's such a hot fucking bitch. I gotta fuck her. Like, have you ever heard him talk like that ever?
Robert De Niro, no. The men I used to work with at the old folks' home, yes.
Oh shit, that's probably what they're going for then.
Yep. They nailed it on that aspect. They certainly don't change when they get older. They're still fucking horny when they get old. Shit.
Yeah,
Don't fucking change.
which is a goddamn shame. I like how he said like, I want to fuck, and Ruth is like, yo, I got you, bro.
So is Matt the old man in the home now? Trying to fuck with everybody?
I wouldn't say that. No, he's not there yet. We still got what, like another 30 years to go, Ruthless, before we're both that old man trying to fuck everywhere. I don't know, man. But I will say to get into the review here, and this will be very very quick, guys. But yeah, when I was watching the trailer to this, I was expecting something completely like Dirty Grandpa. Robert De Niro trying to fuck everything that moves and making himself look like a complete idiot. But what I got with this movie was way more than expected, man. He plays an old grandpa, obviously, who lost his wife, and so in his lonesome, he's just losing his shit. Like as you guys saw right there, he goes into this fucking this store, and just like what I go through, man. He goes through one of those self checkout booths in the stores, and he's just losing his shit, basically asking the employee like, "Hey, man, you're gonna pay me for fucking working for you guys?" Like this is like a goddamn Bill Burr bit, because Bill Burr actually talks about this one of the specials where, yeah, self checkouts is basically this really shitty way of saying, hey, you work for us, you had to pay us, and then you take your shit and you get the fuck out of our store. It's a really annoying thing that I feel like even I, at the age of 30, have gotten way too old to deal with anymore. But after this happens, though, man, Robert De Niro gets in trouble. His daughter goes over there and says, hey, you need to live with us. And you would think, okay, it's going to be like this silly thing where his kid, because the kid has to lose his bedroom in order for good old Robert De Niro to live there. And it's going to be just a bunch of slapstick, blah, blah, blah. But it's not, man. It starts off with some slapstick, and then it gets into a thing where Robert De Niro's, oh, thank you, Afternoon Tune. That's Josh over there. Thank you very much for the bits, man. Super duper appreciate it. What you call it? Oh, I didn't know it was Faison Love that was actually in this movie. He actually doesn't like me, legit, in real life. Faison Love, aka Big Worm, tried to get me fired once. Really quick, Ryan saying the director of this movie was right for Rocco and SpongeBob. Even directing, Oh man, I couldn't read the rest. Oh, there it is.
The
Ladders.
latter's new movie, but his filmography prior was hit and miss with Muppets from Space. Oh, I love Max Keeble's big movie. Garfield 2, the first Chipmunks movie, Hop, and the Grumpy Cat Christmas movie.
But Max Keeble's big movie, I for being a big movie, I've never heard of this shit.
You never heard of Max Keeble's Big Move?
Nah.
Shit's great.
Yeah, let me
We should
look this
watch it
up.
later with everybody.
Really quick, I'm gonna look this up because yeah, this looks like some. I'm surprised you're hyped about this. This looks like some silly shit.
It is some silly shit, but oh, this was my shit when I was a kid. I love this, especially the food fight scene. Do you know how bad I wanted to fucking do that shit? But because we were, uh, put it this way, we were the ghetto school, the middle school that I
Wow.
went to.
By the way,
Like
thank you for the
they,
follow.
like,
What you call it? I'm just gonna say it really quick. I forgot his name
yep.
over. Wednesday pool streams. Yeah, very much appreciate the follow, and hopefully you're still with us. Moving on like throughout this entire week because we do pre-shows for Corey every single day. So hopefully come back and chill with us. It'll be fun. But you said there's a food fight scene there that you would want to do. I would imagine you would hate food fights.
Oh no, not in middle school. We basically my middle school was the broke ghetto middle school that nobody wanted to associate with.
Mm-hmm.
So we just got the leftovers that the rich kids didn't want. So one of these days, someone did try to start a food fight because of this movie, and the security guards put a stop to that shit real quick.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I would if I was fucking working here. Like, hey, don't you fucking start throwing all that goddamn shit around here, motherfuckers.
I mean, I'll admit I threw some applesauce at a girl I didn't like. Fuck
Yeah.
her.
Tommy Williams saying when he was a kid, he said he had a choice between Max Keeble and Hunchback of Notre Dame 2 at the video store, and he chose Hunchback 2, Hunchback 2, dot, 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 and you most well deserved them dots, bro. Hunchback 2, even without the choice of something better, very, very bad decision. That movie fucking sucks. Matt Hunt, when Orlando Brown was somewhat normal, or as I would say, Orlando Bloom, because I am fucking stupid. You remember when I made that mistake? Very, very bad. Um,
Yeah,
and
I do.
poor Josh Peck, by the way, when he was still fat. Didn't he get in shape and he looks like a fucking hunkosaurus now?
He's real thin right now. He's actually married.
Really?
Hmm.
That's strange. Like, man, I bet you he got in really good shape just to kind of like, purge that whole idea of people making fun of him. Like, oh, it's that fat kid from Drake and Josh. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I think that had something to do with it. But in the later seasons of Drake and Josh, he actually was thinner.
yeah, that's good then. I'm actually happy for him. But at the same time, I mean, when you really think about most of those things, it just gets dark because he probably still isn't happy. He's like, I gotta keep losing more weight. This motherfucker. Oh, the Rocketeer. Hey there, man. He's saying gotta watch the Whackness. The Whackness. I'm gonna look this up too. Let me see the Whackness. It's a 2008 movie. Yeah. Is this Josh Peck? What the hell? I don't know. I don't think this is him. I could be wrong. Have you ever seen this, Roxy?
The Whackness? No. I know he was in some movie where he played like a bully and then he started calling everyone a bitch in the middle of a canoe.
He's like fucking Aaron Paul. What's up, bitch? Want some drugs, bitch? This actually is Josh Peck, though. If you go over here and look up here, I know you can't read it, Rox, because it's all, bad
What was the
quality.
name of it?
It's called the Wagness, but Josh Peck is actually this guy right here. He doesn't look too bad right there. He doesn't look fat or anything. He's talking to a girl, probably has a romantic storyline going on. That's actually pretty cool. You know
Oh
what I mean?
shit.
Yeah. God, it's just crazy to see how people change throughout the years and everything. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, newer classic in his opinion. That was pretty cool. Sal Goodman saying hate that film, Home on the Range, not this. Wow. So yeah, there's some different opinions over there and here. Over there and here. Wow, making tons of fucking sense, aren't they, guys?
Up in her.
Up
Up in
in
her.
here, up in her. The thing is, though, as I stumble upon all over the fucking place. By the way, let me just check if Corey's on. And he is. Corey Coleman is actually on. So if you guys want to go and watch Corey do his thing, you guys can. We'll be wrapping up here very, very shortly. Shortly.
Go check out his big ass forehead.
It is quite a
Yeah.
big forehead indeed. But yeah, man. Looking into this though, I really thought that this was gonna be really, full. I mean, you just saw some slapstick right there, but this becomes a thing where Robert De Niro's character is literally starting a war to the point where they have a rules of engagement, scene in here, and even going into politics, like they try to use the family against each other and everything, and it gets so fucking extreme that they start, I swear to God, people literally trying to kill each other. I mean, it's like fucking ridiculous how far this goes. Cheech Marin's in here, Christopher Walken's in here. Everyone has so much screen time, and for a movie that's only an hour and a half long, it's like, man, everyone got their shit in. There's jokes that Cheech Marin does that make him stand out. Christopher Walken has tons of funny moments. Lots of physical stuff to the point where there's some things that I know for sure were not like stunt doubles. Like Robert De Niro, dude, he takes a toll a couple of times, and it's not fake. I swear to God, like this is fucking great, man. As far as like expectations wise, I mean, this is not a movie that it's gonna get a fucking 4 out of 5 for me. This is definitely an average movie, but like for streaming, my God, this is great. Robert De Niro, I say if he can still keep doing things like this, I think that we don't need to see him in some fucking like Irishman wannabe thing. Because the Irishman, I'm gonna tell you guys right now, 3 hours of that fucking movie, I was sick of Robert De Niro and Al Pacino and all these old dudes trying to be fucking young, looking like goddamn plastic dolls and shit. CGI was not good in that movie, but God, like something like this, man. Like I would like to see more things like this. Something that, it's definitely for kids, has slapstick and all that silly shit, but at the same time was able to entertain, adults. Because as an adult, and I was ready to hate this, man. I actually had a good time with this, and I do like the other young actors too. There's lots of the friends of the young boy here are actually very very funny, and they talk some shit, and they don't do stupid like oh you're a jerk or any kind of like small jokes like that. I mean it's thought provoking shit, man. I really, really like this movie. And by the way, Tommy, I was the same way, dude. I had to watch Irishman, in pieces throughout an entire week. I actually watched it in four parts. But anyways, yeah. Aside from thinking about Iron Man and Robert De Niro being like in one because I'm so fucking dumb, I do think that this is actually pretty fun. It's short. And yeah, dude, it's nice to see something that's for all audiences. Like this is literally a family movie. It's not just for kids. So you can watch this with like your niece and nephews, and also like why not just kind of sit back and watch something that's kind of chill. But with that said, I give this rating wise, especially considering my low expectations, this is definitely a 4 out of 5. I would rent this if it was like $3 or something, and you're just bored with the fam. Yeah, fucking get this movie. It's fine, and Robert De Niro is fucking hilarious. But with that said, guys, are you still laughing about the Irishman thing?
A little bit, yeah, because I'm picturing Robert De Niro inside the suit.
He doesn't know how to work Jarvis and shit. He's just like, oh, I need to do this. No, dude, I
Just
think
mumbling underneath the suit.
he still gets tired somehow, even though the fucking suit's doing all the work. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I do think this is gonna be cool for most people. But the main thing, though, guys, is this is better than something like New Mutants. Because I will say, at least it's small and it's short and it's just kind of like you don't even have to pay much attention. This is way better than watching that. Or from what I hear, Tenet is pissing people the fuck off.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I saw.
oh, you saw your boy Alan? Yeah. Okay, now
He
you're a
acted
boy.
like. What was the name of the director again?
Mm, Christopher Nolan.
He acted like he was dating Christopher Nolan,
And you
and then
cheated.
they ended up getting married, and then he caught him in bed with somebody else.
Yeah.
That status just who hurt you, man? Like it's not that
I know.
serious.
I know. It's not real, dog. As Jet would say. No. I'm looking at Tenet, and I haven't seen this yet. I don't think I'm going to watch it, guys, because I don't think I have the mental intellect to even attempt to understand this shit. But man, it's like I'm hearing bad reviews for New Mutants. Obviously, people are not taking War with Grandpa seriously. But like, wouldn't you rather watch something like The War with Grandpa instead of sitting here for 2.5 hours? It's a 150-minute long movie, so 2 hours 30 minutes long. If you don't like this, isn't that quite a loss of a gamble? To just spend 2.5 hours of your fucking time on potentially not understanding Nolan doing crazy shit again. Like, what do you think about that? Like a 2.5 hour movie, is that worth the risk?
For me, no. If I had to pick between having a good time or at least mostly of a good time, even if I don't like the other movie that you watched,
Mm-hmm.
or just being either liking it or outright pissed, I'd rather take my chances with the family friendly film that I'm going to enjoy regardless to some extent.
That's what I'm thinking too, man. Because I mean, like, and Tommy, I'm not gonna talk about you in a bad way or anything, because like I see the point. $5, saving a lot of money. If you're careful and everything, you don't have to worry about Corona. Just wear a mask, wear gloves, etc. But
And
two and a
people
half
are
hours.
gross.
Yeah, no, legit. Like even before Corona, dude, people fucking are nasty as shit. But the thing is, though, it's like, even if you've seen this for free, for me, I get more upset when a movie doesn't entertain me, especially towards the end, and it's so long, because you can't help but start judging this. Like after 40 minutes, you're like, okay, movie, come on, better give me something. And I think that if you start feeling that with The War with Grandpa, the movie's already over. It's like it's not even worth saying, come on, movie, let's pick it up. It's like no, it's almost over. So if you don't like it, just shut the fuck up and let it end. And same thing with New Mutants, because that's it's longer than War with Grandpa, but I mean it's also kind of short. So I don't know. But with that said, guys, we already did the reviews and everything. I'll be talking about Hard Kill and another movie tomorrow, which should be fun. I'm just taking a break from all the video game stuff that we've been doing, because we've been doing lots of video game stuff recently. But Roxy, anything that you want to bring up at all?
Fuck. You can find me on Facebook.
You can find her on Facebook.
Look, I've been tired all day, so you can find me on Facebook at Roxanne Flores. I got a little picture of a frog. Or you can find me on Twitter at Hochata.
Oh yes, and you can find her. By the way, I'm trying to find the. Never mind. I was gonna pull up your Facebook page. But the thing is though, is I was trying to write in Spot the Fox, and I think I misspelled your misspelling. So fuck.
Oh, yeah. That's on Instagram. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's the same thing. It's Hochata with 3 A's, or you can follow my modeling profile at Spot the Fox. Either or. It's up to you.
By the way, except for the extra A's, is that really how you spell Hochata?
Well, yeah. Oh, the alarm's going off.
Oh shit, you know what that means? It's time to get the fuck out of here, guys. Oh, the music's playing. That was perfectly good timing.
Bye, guys.
Later, guys. Go watch Double Toasted. As a matter of fact, we're not gonna do right now. I'm gonna raid go to Double Toasted. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna raid them right now.
There we go. Scoop shit all around.
Raid Double Toasted right now. Is that what you wanna do, Roxy? Huh?
Bippity boop pop or whatever.
Beep, boop. Oh yes, absolutely, everybody. So, with that shit, I don't know how to do this.
Beautiful pop.
Guys, thank you. Go enjoy Double Toasted. Go have fun.